Hello, Weekend Warriors. Welcome to another Sunday night stream on the Weekend Dojo with your hosts, Kim and Ride Play R, and
El Chizza Reviews. What's up, everybody?
tonight we will be talking about stuff that should have stayed in the 1990s. Now get on your rollerblades and your what else 90s-ish thing. Get on your rollerblades
And your tie-dye bandana.
and get some popcorn and get ready for the show. All right. You start with something. I'm sure you have some ideas.
Skip It. I want Skip It to stay in the 90s. It should have died in the 80s, but it survived to the 90s. That's where it should stay.
Can you elaborate on what Skip It is?
Okay, for those of you who aren't that old, which, by the way, you shouldn't be watching us if you're not that old, Skip It was essentially a way to skip rope by yourself, where you would clasp this giant murder ball on a tether to your ankle, and then you would somehow, through some form of acrobatic voodoo, get it to spin right around in a large circle. And in that instance, what it would do is it would have a little roller on it, and it would count how many times it's done a full 360 degrees, so you can see how many times you've gotten it to go before it inevitably entangled you in your wrist and you ate pavement.
Can I have a turn to bring up something now?
Yes, sorry about that rant.
Yeah, it's fine. Furby.
I agree.
Okay, so Furby is, if you do not know, is this little fluff ball that looks like that Gizmo from Gremlins, and it would always talk in this weird language whenever you respond to it. It would learn English slowly, but it would start off in Furby gibberish. But it looked like it was gonna kill you with a knife.
Yes.
And when you take off the fur, it looks even more terrifying. The inside. Let's see, we got a comment here. Just Christine Torres asks 80s and 90s. Nope, we're just doing 90s. Okay, but yes, I could say a lot about Furby. I'm actually one of the people that actually was a sucker and fell for the coolness that I thought was Furby at the time. But now that I'm older, I regret ever liking those ugly son of a guns. I swear, there was a time where I absolutely loved the Furby commercials and wanted a Furby, the big ones. And I don't know, I guess I liked them because they looked like owls to me. But I slowly grew to hate them as time progressed. You got any bad experiences with Furbies?
Well, I had one with no batteries stay, or one where I took the batteries out of the eyes stay lit for a minute.
I swear those things are demon possessed. Somebody conjures up a spell on each Furby when they're in the factory and ships them off to be delivered to all the happy little children in the world. I'm convinced that Furby is demonically possessed. Your turn.
Just things I wish stayed in the 90s, or would hope they just stay in the 90s. Any form of little robotic pet dog.
Oh, the top by Wowie Electronics, right?
I think
Wasn't
so.
that?
And there were several knockoffs.
No, but I gotta remember what the name of it. What was the name of that dog? I absolutely loved those things. What was it? Why can't I remember the name of that robotic dog? If you gave it a little bone, it would scan it, and then it would like read the scanner, and it would like pick up the bone. It had like a magnet that connected to it. What was it? Because the same company also released these double-sided cars things that I really liked, and they had them at McDonald's all the time. Do you remember the name of them?
No, I don't.
It wasn't iDog because that was an iPhone thing. Robodog?
I think that's probably the best one we could.
I'm gonna look that up real quick.
But yeah, that actually came into the 90s with the friggin' iDog. What was that other than just like a little thing that could tell when you were playing music?
Let's see. Oh yeah, Poochie. That's what it's called. Poochie.
Ah.
Poochie. Here, I have a picture of it. Images.
There was a cat version, wasn't there? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
I love those. I absolutely loved those, especially the McDonald's toy ones. They were one of my favorite McDonald's toys. I guess I just have a thing for robot dogs back then.
What was
I'd
even
still absolutely kill them.
how does the iDog survive this long?
I don't know. Is it still on sale?
No, not anymore. I think that died in the mid 2000s, but it was in the mid 2000s.
Ooh, Christian Torres has one. This zombie game from the 1990s. It's like a game board, I think. Hold on a second, look it up. 1990s zombie game. Do you know what they might be referencing?
A 90s zombie game. House of the Dead? Typing of the Dead?
Of the Dead. Was it a game board or a video game?
It was a video game. It was in the arcades.
Oh yeah, that thing. You always see them at the arcades and stuff. I know what you're talking about. House of the Dead.
Could have been Typing of the Dead too.
Typing. Okay. So I remember that was a 90s thing. It was like a arcade machine that you could play. It definitely was a 90s game. That tell us if that's what you're talking about, and I'll look it up. But yeah, I guess it's my turn now to bring up another one. Let me go back to the list. Okay, let me pull back up the list. I know one that should stay in the. Thankfully, I think this did stay in the 90s. Aaron Carter.
That's mean, but kind of true.
Oh, better yet, Aaron Carter wearing a suit made out of coats and weird mutant clogs. I kid you not.
What the hell are those?
Aaron Carter wearing a suit.
I don't mean to meme, but what the hell are those? I just memed again. Oh.
Hey,
little thing I got at Comic Con, by the way. I wanted to show that off.
Kai Silver. Am I right? The only person who may ever made that look good was Go-Kai Silver. And he only wore it as a jacket.
Maybe.
Maybe. You know what else was a thing in the 90s? I just realized turtlenecks. Those are still a thing, apparently.
Where?
I've seen women. I've seen people wear turtlenecks still.
Why? What is the point of that?
It keeps your neck toasty. I mean, SpongeBob wrote a song about it. The best time to wear a striped sweater is all the time.
No, thank you. Other things I wish kind of stayed in the 90s.
Ooh, what about moon shoes? Do you remember those?
I used to have a pair.
I had some too. We actually threw them out a few weeks ago. Or donated them. because I
I
couldn't. I'd
don't
break
know.
them.
Like, I don't know
My mom
why
made
they.
them out.
Yeah, I don't know why those things existed.
They were fun. Moon shoes, the anti-gravity shoes, moon shoes. You know what's funny? They were playing the same commercial from the 1990s in like 2007.
That is true.
Lazy? Is that lazy or what?
If it ain't broke,
If it ain't broke, I guess, yeah. But still, moon shoes. That, and they even had that same pink or neon green and pink color scheme to them. Am I right?
the X8 colors, yes.
The X8 colors, yes. That's the only reason I wanted to keep those. You know what's funny?
Come to
Someone
think of
made
it,
fan art of that, of X8 on moon shoes.
I want to see that. You're gonna. Oh, after the stream, you're gonna have to send me that.
I will. But yes, moon shoes are definitely have lived long past their time. Your turn.
Ooh, that's gonna be tough to follow. I guess. Huh. I guess if anything, I would have liked to have seen a couple of candies from my childhood that in retrospect, I realized were very bad for you to stay back there. Baby Bottle Pop and Push Pop.
Oh yes, I remember Bottle Pop and Push Pop. Don't they still make those?
They
They
do
don't.
still make those. That's what
They don't
I wish they would.
advertise them anymore, though.
They
They're just
don't. And the
there.
thing is, it's like they're not rare. You can find them at like the checkout at any Walmart, smoke shop, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just that they're in those kinds of places. Not to imply that that's a negative place or anything. I do a lot of my shopping at Walmart.
Why don't they advertise them anymore? Is it
Why?
because they're just so well known? They don't need to?
They're sort of a well-established thing, and actually, it's mostly adults that buy them anymore.
Oh yeah,
And
nostalgia.
Oh yeah, and the reason I think I wish they would have stayed in the '90s is how bad they were for you. It's like
Oh yeah, they were.
it's like a fun dip, except you can eat the stick at the end. This one, you put the sucker with your saliva on it back into a case to save for later.
Yeah.
Anything that was in your mouth then that was not being perfectly sterilized by your saliva has had the chance to grow.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, here's one. You're gonna get a kick out of this. Thug Looney Tunes shirts.
Those are still a thing.
Oh wait, I got more. Backwards jeans.
Backwards jeans.
Got anything to say about that?
Backwards jeans.
Your cringe
What?
is showing. Oh, I'm serious. Let me go back and show you. This is the thing. Here, let me read what it says. Why was Bugs Bunny dressed in backwards jeans? Oh yeah, because that was a thing people did. Specifically Mac Daddy and Daddy Mac of the hip hop group Criss Cross. They are to blame to countless misplaced beepers and chaos at junior high urinals. This is the kind of trend that can only be discussed by using the phrase youth culture in the most crotchety tone of distance. Fragment, but come on, you tried your jeans on backwards. Just don't try it again. Here's a picture.
What the actual hell?
That is why hip hop is a negative influence on our culture.
It's not that. Hip hop isn't a negative influence on culture. Stupid people are a negative influence on our culture.
No, that was my attempt at being sarcastic, but yeah. Stupid people also. Ooh, let's see if we got any questions here. GameCube for the 90s. Was GameCube made in the 90s? I don't think it was. Because I think that was N64.
It was kind of GameCube came out like right at the end.
99?
Yeah,
oh, yeah, you're right. GameCube came out in 99. Okay, yeah, because Christian Torres, who is watching, asked about GameCube for 90s. And he's like, yeah, GameCube was in the 90s. What do you think? You think that should still be, people should still be playing GameCube?
Well, if they've had a Wii, they've been playing GameCube.
That is true.
Hardware-wise, there's really not much more added to the Wii that wasn't already in the GameCube.
That is true. Same graphics, too. Or no, slightly better. Slightly better graphics.
I mean, I liked the controller. It was the most ergonomic thing I've ever used.
Uh-huh.
But I never owned one.
Okay, but you've played one at least. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. No, my friend had a GameCube. I had a PlayStation 2.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I thought you had a GameCube.
I have a Wii, but I have GameCube games and a controller.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Huh. Back to the list. New Year turn, by the way.
Things I wish stayed in the 90s.
My mom still uses those.
I guess
Scrunchies.
things I wish stayed in the 90s.
Sorry.
Stupid huge, like, well.
What?
You see, boombox culture really didn't end where people would carry their boombox around on their shoulder. It's not even radio anymore. It's their friggin' phone, and I think that makes it worse.
Dude, speaking of the boombox. Hold on. Speaking of the boombox. One second, I'll be right back. I've got a text. But yeah, continue about the boombox.
Like, I get wanting good sound. And I get wanting extremely high quality, high fidelity sound. However, just resting a pair of extra loud speakers on your shoulder and going for a walk, blasting your music as loud as possible, does not make you cool. It makes people resent you. Because even if they even might like the bands that you're playing, there's no doubt that you'll probably come across people who like the bands you're playing, but maybe they're just not in the mood.
You know what's funny though? I was at a convention last year. Someone dressed up like Will Smith for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and he had a big boombox on him, playing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme.
Okay, that is acceptable.
On a cassette.
That is acceptable. That is acceptable. That is an acceptable use of a boombox. If you are imitating the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, if you're imitating Will Smith, then it is acceptable.
What if you're on Hollywood Boulevard as a street performer doing that?
Your tips box is gonna be full.
All right, let me pull up what I was going to bring up. Oh, my mom. Scrunchies.
Are those still around?
Yeah, my mom uses them.
What was the point of those? Like, what was it supposed to do aesthetically?
Aesthetically, they'd keep your hair back.
I know they keep your hair back, but like a hair tie would do that.
Hair tie. Hmm. I don't know. I guess they were just a thing.
This is the first time where I've been able to give an example using my ponytail.
Your turn.
I don't know why these are still a thing, but wraparound sunglasses.
Aren't they only used for like when you're at the eye doctor?
No. They're not the eye doctor glasses. I'm talking the wraparound like shades that are all metallic and everything. They got brightly colored bands.
I've never heard of those.
Give it a look. Give it a look. You'll know it when you see it.
Hold on a second. Wrap around sunglasses. Oh yeah. Wait. Oh, kind of like what the Terminator had in the first movie.
They kind of make you look like a Xylon. No. They're more curvy. They almost look like something you would see in a space movie, like a '90s space movie.
Oh, kind of like what Bebop has in
Yeah,
shorts.
kind of like that. That's it. Those are wraparounds. Yep, that's it.
those those look awesome though.
They look awesome on display. Then you put them on your head.
Then you look like what's his name?
Then you look like you're a squinting Cyclops. I mean, these shades here, like I like round shades. They make my face pop. They make me look happy and alert. So I could be taking a freaking nap in front of you, and you would never know.
That's true. Mirrored lens. Yeah, this. You admiring it?
What?
You admiring it?
Yeah, no. That's ugly as hell. It makes it look like a squinting Xylon or something.
Xylon. Hold on, I'm looking for going back to my list. All right. Overalls.
I actually am glad those are still around.
Oh, okay. Overall enthusiasm. Overall enthusiasm.
I live in a rural area, which means I've been in a position where I've had to do very heavy yard work from time to time. I have to actually get new overalls for that. Because it's denim.
Yeah.
Denim is a good guard. Huh?
What about starter jackets?
I don't even remember those, man.
Those are cool. Crystal Pepsi.
I actually love Crystal Pepsi, and I'm glad it's back.
It is back.
Yeah.
Score. I know who's really happy about that. And yeah, you already talked about that. Push Pops. Going through the list. This is the list made by College Humor, by the way. So it's really good. Ha! Toe rings.
I didn't really ever have a problem with those.
They're fine. I don't know.
I mean, as long as like whoever's wearing them has open-toed shoes and takes care of their feet, because otherwise that ring is not going to be worth shit when you're done with it.
Oh, this is what should have stayed in the 90s. Ready? Boy bands.
I agree. I agree.
I'm waiting for your response. Well,
boy bands. I do not care for boy bands.
hold on, let's see. Move on
Like
the
the
list.
only boy band that I actually listened to the music of was the original boy band, also one of the early stars in rock, the Beatles.
Justin Timberlake?
The Beatles.
Oh, the Beatles. They are a boy band? Okay. Never really thought
for
about
a technicality, they are, because they played kind of pop music at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, rock was pop. It was popular.
Okay. Never heard of that person. McDonald's McPizza.
I've never had it, so I can't say.
I don't remember it either. Oh, but here's the description. There is no better example of the profound optimism of the 90s than the McPizza. The fact that McDonald's thought that they could just start making pizza and everyone would be cool with it is a sign that things were going too well for America. We know our limitation better now. We know McDonald's can't make pizza. Taco Bell can't. I'm sorry, this is too funny. Taco Bell can't make French fries. KFC can't make salad, and Britney Spears will never be a cute 17-year-old again. Let's just move on. That's another thing that should stay in the 90s, by the way, while we're talking about it. Britney Spears.
I got nothing, dude. I have somehow repressed any music of her from my memory. I have barely any knowledge of anything that has happened to her. I don't know what happened. Something must have traumatized me.
Well, there was that phase she had back in 07 or 06, whatever it was.
I got no memory of that.
You want me to remind you?
Considering my reaction, I don't think I want to know.
Remember, at 10 o'clock, you need to get your mom the phone. Okay? Yeah?
You still want to know?
I don't.
Okay, I won't tell you. All right, that's all for that list. Let me go to another list and see what I can find.
Let's see, things I wish stayed in the 90s.
Smosh.com has a list of trends that should have stayed in the 90s.
Oh, actually, I know one. And I swear to God, it always comes back to pants. But
what is it?
Who thought baggy jeans was a good idea? Of all things, jeans work by being very close to your skin,
and then they have those sag
so that it's supposed to be close to your skin so that it can tear away and take the hit for you. You have baggy jeans. Whatever it gets into that gets caught. You're going nowhere.
That's true. Yeah, that was a 90s thing.
Yo-yo ball.
Yo-yo ball. Okay.
Anyone remember Yo-Yo Ball? It was the laziest fucking yo-yo. Sorry, pardon my French. Laziest yo-yo in the world.
Oh yeah, I do remember. That was the one that you put down. It would come back up automatically.
It was on a spring. Like, if you didn't know how to rig a yo-yo already, this just made it lazier.
Ooh, what else was there? Mega Bloks. Was it Mega Bloks a '90s thing?
I think actually it's kind of been around for a while. I don't have a problem with it. It has some cool ideas.
My issue is they fall apart too easily. Because I'm a Lego fan, and Mega Bloks.
Like Mega Bloks had dragons, fire, and ice.
That was good. That was a good. Those figures were great, but a lot of the other Mega Bloks stuff, you gotta admit, falls apart pretty easily.
Yeah.
But the dragon sets were epic. Those are my favorite part. The ones that came with the orcs and all that, World of Warcraft sets and all that. Those were good.
Yeah, I miss those.
So that should have stayed in the '90s. DuckTales, since it got a reboot. What do you think? You think the new one's good? I haven't seen it, so I can't vouch for it. But
I felt like the comedy was there. The same kind of tone that the original one had, but the animation feels like it's less impressive to me.
yeah, here's what I'm going to bring up. I'm talking about the American version, not the Japanese version. I regret saying this, but Power Rangers. What do you think?
Power Rangers should have stayed in the 90s. Well, I'm actually kind of glad that it's still around because it gets younger kids.
The writers make me want it back in the '90s. You know what I mean?
Oh, by the way, that reminds me, I met Nakia Burpice today.
Oh yeah, from the Power Rangers Turbo, right?
I've got pictures.
You want to show?
My phone does not show up on screen well, especially not with this camera.
Okay.
But what I will do is I will tweet them later under my Twitter, El Cheza Reviews.
Tag me in it so I can see it instantly.
And I will tag you in it.
Sweet.
Lovely woman. She's actually well aware of the existence of Sentai, and what she didn't know though was like how Sentai fans you have to sit down and take 15 minutes to sort out whether they're talking about Car Ranger or Turbo Ranger in Sentai when in reference to what Turbo was adapted from. Because Turbo was adapted from Car Ranger, and Turbo Ranger came before Car Ranger.
Mm-hmm. Now, were they aware of some of the dirty joke lines that were put in Turbo? Like some of the lines that were easily taken out of context?
I felt that was not appropriate to ask.
But you were thinking about it.
I thought she's gotten this question 100 different times today and yesterday. She doesn't need to hear it again.
Okay, because we all know that one line that made it past we can actually bring this up because that definitely needs to stay in the '90s. That one line from Power Rangers Turbo. We're gonna toss your salad.
Yes, but it survived and is a meme in the tokusatsu community.
It is. It's just as worse as the ToQger train Megazord meme.
One thing, and I'm sorry to say this because I do like the franchise, but I think at this point it's been played out and redone too many times. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I love the franchise, but I couldn't get into the Nickelodeon ones. I couldn't. I like the live action movies. I like the 2 live action movies, but
I disliked them. Personally, it's just I don't think Michael Bay should be digging up stuff from the 90s. He's not good at it.
The second one wasn't by Michael Bay, though, or wasn't directed by him.
He produced it. His fingerprints are all over it because it's his money. He took creative control as the producer.
Oh. Well, I thought I saw the second one as more a fan service than anything.
It was a soft sequel.
Okay, but is it good or bad? Soft
Soft
sequel. What does that mean?
means that it's not necessarily a sequel. It may ignore the fact that the first one happened.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
But for those who want it to be a sequel, it can be a sequel.
Ooh. Thank you, Entertainment Warehouse, for leaving a like. We definitely appreciate it. But yeah, okay, yeah, I see it. I did have some questions why it didn't connect to the first one. So yeah, soft sequel, that makes sense. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed the second one way more than the first one, and absolutely loved it.
They killed Nunchuckus Maximus, man. They
Huh?
killed it. They killed the dream.
Which part?
Nunchuckus Maximus?
Nunchuckus Maximus. Was that the thing that the Krang was on?
No. Nunchuckus Maximus, the two giant nunchaku attached to the sides of the party wagon.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't remember the names that well because it's been a long time since I watched the cartoon, like a real long time. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because they had like a disc thing on the top instead, didn't they? And they had the Nunchuckus Maximus there for a minute.
For just a minute, literally 30 seconds, and then kapow, gone.
Yeah.
They killed the dream.
But nothing will beat the '90s Ninja Turtles movies.
Oh, absolutely not. At least the first one, maybe the second one.
And then you got Secret of the Ooze.
The second one, yeah, the Secret of the Ooze, maybe that one. But I didn't like the third one.
What was the third? Was that the time travel one?
That was the time travel one.
Oh yeah, that never happened.
Yeah,
now, the TV series that tied into Power Rangers in Space.
The Ninja Turtles, not the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
What?
Because they're adults in that one.
Yeah, I loved that one.
Yeah, I could take it or leave it.
Yeah. Because that was one where they first introduced, what's her name?
Venus.
Venus, yeah, Venus. The fifth Ninja Turtle. That was a good one. That was Saban produced, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I thought it was Saban produced because it was on Fox Kids. And Fox Kids was a Saban-owned network at the time, if I'm correct.
No, he had a few shows on it.
Something that should have stayed in the '90s, we can definitely say, since we're talking about Saban Network now. The Fantastic Four cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, why don't we turn the tables and talk about things that stayed in the '90s, or things that should have continued after the '90s, and that are still continuing after the '90s, and how they're doing. Like, I want to start off with The Tick.
Yeah, I heard he was getting a new series.
I just started watching the cartoon today, and I'm absolutely having a blast with it.
It's hilarious.
It is. The cartoon and the live action show from 2001 with what's his name, the actor who plays Joe in Family Guy. He's also Kronk in Emperor's New Groove. You know who
you're talking about. He was, yeah. Which reminds me, I actually saw Captain Hammer cosplay at Vermont Comic Con as well. I didn't get a picture though; he was gone.
You saw what?
A Captain Hammer cosplay. Because the guy you're talking about,
Captain Hammer from The Tick?
Captain Hammer from Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Let me look it up. Captain Hammer.
The hammer is
my okay. You want me?
You see,
Dr. Horrible
line from it is where he goes like, "I'm gonna make sure that the girl you love feels the hammer." Then he walks away, then walks back. The hammer is my penis. I get it. I get it.
Oh yeah, so what's your thoughts on the have you seen the trailers for the new tick at all?
I've only seen a few like pictures and images.
Promos. What do you think? You think you're gonna watch it when it comes out on like DVD or something?
I might.
I've
Because
seen
I
clips
remember
of it.
enjoying the tick.
Do you have any of the tick toys by chance?
Nah, I wasn't that into it.
I'm like super hooked into it. In fact, I actually drew some fan art today of it because I got really hooked into it. It was like in my recommendation list or something like that, and I was like, I remember this show. So I took a look at it, and I got really super hooked into it. This is like my own take on what he would look like in a movie.
So like the whole reboot thing going on.
Huh?
So
What'd
like
you say?
like in the whole hyper realistic movie style now.
Yeah. That was my idea for what he would look like. But anyways, other things that survived the 90s, the Star Wars prequels. You have no comment
what?
on that, do you?
The what?
The Star Wars prequels.
I'm sorry, the what? It's like you're speaking gibberish. I don't.
You know, it's Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith.
What? These
Great
are
movie.
nonsense words you're putting together for me. What? I heard Star Wars, but then you said another word and I couldn't understand it.
You don't like those movies, do you? Come on, at least Revenge of the Sith was good.
You can like what you like.
Okay,
I'm going to choose to forget.
Okay. All right. Did you at least like the Star Trek reboot or the Star Trek sequels? They're technically sequels because Spock does connect them.
I was never a Trekkie.
Oh, okay. You're a Warzy, aren't you?
Yeah.
Nice. Same here.
Actually, I'm a.
Did you at least like Star Wars: The Clone Wars? Did you at least like Star Wars: The Clone Wars?
I started watching it, but never really got super into it.
Okay, fair enough. Think. I know what survived the 90s. Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah, I wish that was still around.
Yeah, because remember, it ended in like 2006.
It was
because you had Batman the Animated Series, and then it had a few seasons over, which were the Adventures of Batman and Robin, and it finally ended in 06. Because it ran after Batman Beyond, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You got anything else to bring up that definitely was a good thing that lasted past the 90s?
No, I get. Well,
The Simpsons.
Hi-Fi. Hi-Fi. I wish Hi-Fi.
What's high five?
Hi-Fi.
Hi-Fi.
Hi-Fi. I wish survive. I wish more people were still doing, but it seems like something that people just don't do in the outside of the 90s. That behind me, that's my Hi-Fi. I've got a Sony receiver, a 5-disc changer that I'm going to replace, a VCR DVD combo box, which again is not. It's more of a home theater system, but my hi-fi is worked in there.
This.
Those are hi-fi starter packs essentially. I
Oh,
got
okay.
Philips speakers, Realistics, and a switch box.
Nice.
Hi-fi is all about how you present your sound.
Ooh, oh, I know one thing I'd like to survive the '90s that I actually wish still got greenlit. You remember the Ultraman adaptation that was made in the night, like the purely American-made Ultraman show?
Oh yeah, Ultraman USA is what they call it in Japan.
I actually wanted to watch that. Wanted that to continue because I watched a little bit of it and I actually enjoyed it.
I never saw anything of it.
It's on YouTube if you want to watch it, and we could definitely do a Tokusatsu review on it later if you're up for dedicating yourself to watching it on YouTube.
Maybe a later Tokusatsu.
Yeah, because it's all on YouTube. At least if I think it's still on YouTube. From what I've seen, I watched a few episodes of it. Last year, it was on YouTube.
Yeah.
I came across it solely by accident. Well, I think that's all we can talk about for tonight because I gotta go to bed soon because I have to wake up early.
Yeah, and I gotta do so too. Well, thank you all so much for watching. It's great having you back. I promise at some point soon, maybe at the beginning of Tokusatsu next week, I'll talk about what I did at the convention. I'll talk about all the cool shit I got.
Yeah.
This is one of them.
Ooh, what's that?
It's a leather bracer because, heavy metal, but...
Ooh, nice.
Oh, it's right, the camera's in the middle.
That's sweet.
It's strapped together. I need to trim that.
Well, remember, guys, stay more phenomenal, and El Chizo.
I'll see you later, Bugheads.
All right, guys, see you next week. In terms of Tokusatsu, we'll have something tweeted out later. And we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.